Well, as promised, Shreveport Mayor Tom Arceneaux has joined us to update us on the latest community issues. Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning.
I'm so glad to have you back with us again. Let's get right into, everything that, of course, the people want to hear about. Let's start talking about the National Guard first. Now, we did get some comments earlier yesterday about, what you would hope to happen if the National Guard is to come to Shreveport, which we've already known that Jeff Landry has put out this, request for them to come to Shreveport, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans area. So when you say that, you'd hope you get significant input, in what way do you hope that you guys will be able to, put input on a say-so on what they will be doing when they get here, if they get here?
On Tuesday, I spoke with General Thomas Freelou, who is the Adjutant General of the Louisiana National Guard, because I really wanted to get some idea what his plans were and whether he'd received orders from the governor. And he was very reassuring to me. He said that they'll be sending a planning team before they do anything in Shreveport. They'll send a planning team to meet with us, figure out what's the best use of the National Guard, how we would mobilize that. I have a list of about 2 pages of questions that came to my mind in terms of how we would coordinate this, but I am really confident that we will have a tremendous say so that we can make this, if the event occurs, it will make it have a positive impact on Shreveport instead of a negative impact on Shreveport.
Absolutely. I think that's good to clarify, just because a lot of people think, when they hear that they're going to come here and take over. But as you said, there's not anything like that happening. You guys are going to have input and actual planning that's going to go in behind that.
I want to make sure that and I think the Guard wants to make sure that whatever impact they have leaves a positive impression on the citizens of Shreveport as opposed to a negative impression. It can take years and decades to build up trust, and we've been working on building that trust between government and the people, and it only takes a few moments to lose all of that trust, so we want to make sure we maintain it.
Yes, and speaking of maintain, you submitted yesterday the city's proposed 2026 operating and capital improvements budgets. Talk about, the highest priorities when it comes to that for our city.
Well, our highest priorities are continue block by block and continue the progress that we're making on crime to make sure that we're cleaning up the city, and because cleaning up the city, a clean city is a safer city. Yes. And as a result of that, we want to make sure that we're continuing those. So we have some priorities that we have to look at. The council will have to make some priority decisions about some of the demolitions that we have because of the apartment complexes that are dilapidated, and those, of course, are very, very expensive to demolish.
Exactly. And then also, we know that National Night Out is coming up next Tuesday. Do you have any plans as far as getting involved and out there with the community?
I do plan to do that. It is wonderful that we do it in October instead of August because it's so much cooler in October, but it also gets dark earlier, and my experience is people start dissipating once the sun goes down. So I could probably make 4 or 5 and I will plan out a route, but I think I have one that starts at 4, so I could do that at 4, then I could make the big kickoff at 5, and then between 5:30 and 7:30, make as many as I can.
Okay, well, we don't have much time left, but we got to get to our question of the day and see what the people had to say. And looks like they wanted to hear about the Highland rezoning request, that outcome that just kind of came about. They did approve for it to not be put in that area. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it was a bad proposal to begin with. That's a really congested area coming off of I-49 and trying to add a bunch of a very large convenience store and gas station there would have been a real mistake. And it also would involve tearing down some significant residential property in the area. So I stand with the residents of that area. I anticipated that it would be denied because I felt like the MPC would know that was really not a good location.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your input, Mayor. We're definitely glad that they got to get a satisfactory, outcome on that. And guys, if you would like to recap this interview, as you all know, we will have the details up on our website for you to do so. Stick around, we'll be right back.